Hey there, I'm Rose. Today I'm transforming the Arctic Bioden and Animal Jam into a spa, turning it from something pretty basic into hopefully something peaceful and filled with nature. We want peaceful vibes. As you can see, it does have a lot of nice features already. I do like how the sunlight is covering a few spots in the den. This is Joe, by the way, just thought you might find that important. Alrighty, let's get into it. As you can see, when I began this, I only had one hot pool, and as cool as it is, well, I guess it's not cool at all actually. Get it? Because it's a hot pool? I knew I would need more hot pools, so I headed to the My Shop Explorer to look for hot tubs that other people were selling. Not sure if it should concern me that when I search up hot, this is the first thing to come up. He looks like an old monkey even as a baby. Anyway, there are unfortunately no natural hot springs on the Explorer. I bought one back in 2016 for 15 sapphires, and now they might be worth over 5,000 sapphires. This reminds me of looking at house prices. There were, however, these teak hot tubs, which I bought one of. But then to get more, I had to get more sapphires, so I began to save, forgetting how to spell in the process. I sold penguins that were doing side-eye and some other stuff, and eventually I got enough for more hot tubs. Let's not talk about how much I spent on them. Finally, we are onto the actual decorating of the den. After a lot of fiddling around with the items, I placed the hot springs and tubs where I wanted them to be, and then I would add items around them to emphasize their fabulousness. Don't be concerned by this weird green liquid stuff, I'm gonna cover it all up with plants and more pretty things. Now we have a bridge over a cute pond. I found the Animal Jam den check feature so useful when making this den. Like here I wanted to make a table, so I flipped a planter box upside down, adjusted its size and stuff so I could place a pile of towels on top of it. I thought the bottom towel looked like it had seen better days, so I just hid it in the table. Honestly, Animal Jam has just made it too easy. Maybe you're listening and you're like, dude, what is she even on about? And yeah, maybe I sound a little bit overexcited about being able to move den items more, but it is so cool. I used to spend a lot of time trying to conceal parts of den items so that they would look different and unique, and now it's really simple to do. Not only this, but it looks a lot tidier and just better overall. I put some dragons into the den so that Joe could have some friends. I thought he might be lonely down here. Of course, I had to name the dragons too, so this is Joan and this is John. I often wonder maybe people think my den decorating is a bit over the top, because I do like to stuff as many plants as possible into a den normally, but like the nature items in Animal Jam are just too good, okay? And yes, I know I'm putting sunflowers in a cave. They don't grow like that, but I don't care. Would any of these flowers be here? Probably not, but they look cool, right? For the next tub, I chose a kind of mossy stone theme. I decided to decorate the surroundings of each hot tub differently because I don't have the items to do them all the same, but also it was just fun to experiment. Most of the time I spent on this den I was just messing around with items and seeing how they look in different sizes and angles. One of my favorite parts of decorating this den is when I flipped this archway upside down to make this cobblestone path. For some reason, when I looked at the salmon pink on the towels, it made me really annoyed because it didn't go with the rest of the den, so I felt like I had to put salmon pink flowers next to them, which makes total sense, of course. Salmon pink towels make salmon pink flowers. It just looks cute though, so yeah. Moving on to the tub upstairs, adding some teak flower planter fences. I went for a purple theme with this area as it's one of my favorite colours. I put in a big wisteria tree and other flowers in similar shades of purple. I then moved to the entrance where there's a convenient gap in the wall where I could put in a waterfall. Going back downstairs to the hot spring, probably the coolest one out of all of them. Well, not cool because I'm making the same terrible joke again, I do apologize. Anyway, seeing as it's a natural hot spring, I plan to surround it with plants to make it into an overgrown area. This item is a winter log bench. Normally I don't use it when decorating dens because of the snow on the legs, which doesn't make much sense in most dens. Not that any of this den makes much sense at all, but anyway, I used the den check to turn it into a little side bench. Looking at the purple hot tub, I decided to change a couple things, adding more towels and of course some salmon flowers. To cover the wood floor, which I feel looks a little bit out of place, I put down some clover patches. I then went back to decorating the natural hot spring. I remember the days when the only types of trees I had would be like pine trees, and I'd decorate my entire den with them, and then I'd try host a forest roleplay. Now there's like a whole bunch of trees, and even the same ones can be made to look different by rotating and resizing them. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessing over the den check again. Guys, it is just really good. You need to try it if you haven't. I'm pretty sure it is a members only feature, unfortunately, but like, I would buy membership just for this. Maybe that's just me, but I honestly prefer it to Fit Check, which is a version for making outfits. This month's Animal Jam update genuinely was one of, if not my favorite update they've made. Like, the animal is cute too. I know it's another version of the fox, and when Animal Jam redesigns an animal like this, a lot of people are often like, oh, it's a reskin, that's so not cool, I don't like you, Animal Jam, you know, that kind of thing. But like, it's so cute. Is this my hot take? I'm pretty sure most people just don't care, but like, frolicking foxes, they might actually be better than the regular foxes. I mean, look at those patterns. If you disagree, come fight me, bro. These foxes, I bet, are way better fighters than the regular ones. Like, look at this. They can bounce on their own tails. Muscles of steel. Come get wrecked, noobs. So, yeah. Moving on. I created a basic front desk kind of area, and then I started working on the outdoors. Not gonna lie, this kind of worried me at first because the space outside looks much bigger than it actually is. There's only a small section of space you can walk on, so I thought even after placing items it would look really empty. But actually I use these logs kind of like a fence. I push them beyond the area you can place items manually with the den check, so it kind of separates the background from the part of the den you can walk on. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, this is Robert. He's kind of like the bouncer of the spa. Do spas have bouncers? I mean, I've never been to one, but I guess that would be like if you had them at like the swimming pool. They'll be checking IDs like, yeah, you're old enough not to pee in the pool, we'll let you in. But anyway, Robert as security has an even more important job. He makes sure that no one throws ice into the hot pools. Obviously, that's a big threat to the business. Don't tell anyone, but he can't actually move from where he is. He just scares people off, probably due to his hands. Like, what sticks actually look like that? That's scary, dude. It was at this point that I discovered a part of the den which I had not realized existed until now. Like, I had spent already over 2 hours just decking my den, and only now do I see this area. And the worst part is, I had to come up with a name for this dinosaur. So, this is jeggings, you know, like jean leggings. I don't know what to say. I tried coming up with another name that starts with J, and I thought jeggings. Jeggings the dinosaur would have to wait though, because I decorated the outside area first. Annoyingly, some of the footage didn't save, but you can kind of see what I was going for. I love being able to hide the mushrooms on these logs. Like, usually I won't use them because of these like obnoxious pink and yellow mushrooms, which don't really go to the dens I decorate. But with the den check, I can just hide them in the snow. I know, yes, I'm talking about den check again. It's that good. It's like magic. I also considered adding these snowmen, but then I realized that I'd have to come up with names with all of them, so that idea went out the window. I think this area looks pretty cozy, and I'm honestly surprised how it turned out, as I had no idea how I was going to decorate it from the outset. It was now time to decorate Jeggings' area. I cut a lot of the footage out, but I did a lot of experimenting for what items I should use and where I should put them, settling on a very warm brown theme. My favourite part is probably this wooden lawn chair, which I used as some wooden planks. Finally, I decorated the foyer. I put a bunch of teak furniture into this den. It's a really nice shade of brown, and the items are all really cute in this set. This is kind of where I started adding a bunch of small details to finish the den off, like art and stuff. I think being able to make 2 different pieces different sizes is a really nice feature to have. Behind the desk, I needed there to be someone welcoming the people who come to the spa, so I used an animal model and put in this deer. Unfortunately, the model was broken, and no matter how much I tried to get it to stop sitting, it just keeps sitting down. So I went to the store and demanded a refund, but yeah, no one was there of course, so I just bought a new one, and sitting is no longer a problem. The deer is very enthusiastic, great service, 10 out of 10. You should totally come visit this spa. And with that, the den is almost complete. I noticed, however, that Robert looks kind of sad. He has no accessories, just creepy hands. So, as an apology for me being so judgmental, I decided to make him a hat. Using a side-eye penguin, I got it stuck in the snow. Nice one. Using a different side-eye penguin, I moved it over to where Robert is and put it inside him. Moving the penguin around and balancing the table on top of Robert's head, giving him a very stylish hat. Don't tell me you don't think this looks like a hat. It definitely is. The latest in Animal Jam fashion. I guess you're just not as hip with the kids as I am. Next, I used the Den Flowers potion, which has gotta be my favorite thing to do other than adding music to the den. It just makes the whole space much brighter. All the colors look so nice and there's tiny flowers falling too. This is the music I chose for the den and I think it's super peaceful. At this point, I thought the den was finished, but I realized there was one last detail I forgot. I added in some of these willow herbs on the side just for some fun. Maybe it's a bit unnecessary, but I think they're cute. So there we have it, the finished den. Here's the before and after. I definitely think it looks a lot more lively than it did originally. I really enjoyed decorating this den using the den check and stuff. It definitely helped a lot having it. I use den check for pretty much every item, and with most dens I make, I hit the limit of items that you can place in a den. But that didn't happen this time, and I feel like that's due to the den check as it helps me to be more effective with the space. Yes, I know I'm still yapping about den check, but you should definitely try it. One thing about this den I will say was that it was very expensive to decorate. You know I like my teak furniture, and it, especially the hot tubs, was not cheap. I spent over 10,000 sapphires on the items for this, and that's not even counting the ones I already owned. But anyway, let's not talk about that. I think it looks really cool. Even the items which just cost gems look nice, so you don't have to go crazy like I did when decorating to make it look good. This project was really fun. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me talk about den check. Goodbye, and I'll see you next time.